Not Worth the Time with Wade Taylor. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Not Worth the Time. I'm so glad to be back here with you guys. Sorry the episode's late. Not that many of you probably noticed anyway, but it was a little late. Last couple weeks have been crazy. Things have gone. It's just been super busy is what's going on. Lots of fun stuff happening, and lots of craziness going on in the world of my immediate vicinity. Yeah, nothing bad. All good. All positive. My hair did not fall out because of any stress. That's for sure. I actually just got a haircut. I don't know if that's freaking anybody out. But it's freaked a lot of people out. It's weird how, you just do one thing for yourself, which you're just like, I just want some change. And everybody's like, I don't like the change. Oh, that's so weird. Please go. Why did you do that? Now I have to adjust my whole being because you changed something about yourself. Yeah, well, deal with it. It is what it is. I like it. I'm back in Iowa. I was gone for a little bit. Was out in Utah for a while, did some comedy shows out there. Wise Guys, shout out to those guys. Everybody at the club out there, Keith Stubbs, all those people. It was such a fun time. Shout out to Sam D'Antuono and Scott Fillmore for letting me fucking hang out and crash at their place. I really appreciated it. It was a lot of fun out there. So, yeah, it was interesting to travel for the first time since this whole, quarantine thing happened, at least by plane. I've traveled. I moved in the middle of the pandemic, which wasn't that, scary. Driving across country, whatever. Especially when you're driving through, Wyoming and all those places. There's hardly any people there anyway. There's not that many people. It's not like it's the weirdest thing in the world. But, it was the first time flying since all this, and, they still have all the really strict rules when it comes to flying. You have to wear a mask the entire time. I'm like a dodo. I need to just, I don't know how I can check on this. There's got to be an app, right, that, lets you know, how busy an airport is at certain points, the volume of it. Because they always tell you, to show up 2 hours early to the airport. Make sure you get there in time so you can get through TSA. And I show up 2 hours early every time, and I get through it in 15 minutes. It takes no time. Both places, I thought maybe Salt Lake for sure. They have a huge airport there. Thought for sure take longer. Nope, in and out just like that. Fucking Des Moines, it's a smaller airport. In and out just like that. So I end up sitting there for an hour 45 minutes just sitting in the airport. And that really sucks now when you have to have a mask on for that amount of time. So for the entire time I'm in the airport, you got a mask on through the entire flight, which is a 3-hour flight, and then however long you have to sit and wait in the airport at your destination, you have a mask on. So you could have a mask on for depending on if you have layovers or whatever, you could have a mask on for 9 hours. Your acne is going to be terrible. There's so much breathing on your own face there. Just breathing hot, and I brought so many Tic Tacs to counteract the hot mask breath that I was going to deal with inside that airport. I didn't want to make this a whole airport podcast thing, but it's interesting. I did notice some new things that I've never seen at airports. So I'm guessing this is because of the pandemic. This is why I wanted to talk about airports changes when it comes to this. Is they had these toilet seat covers, right? But it's not like the normal ones that you just pull out of the wall or whatever. They're trying to reduce people touching stuff, I guess. But at the airport, they had these cylindrical tubes on the toilet, right? And there was plastic wrap around the toilet seat. And you just push this button and then it exchanged out the plastic. But here's the problem I had with those is it had a little bar that showed you it looked like a battery bar for an old school kind of if you ever play PlayStation 4, it has the 3 little bars and it as your controller starts to die, those bars go away. Well, that represents how many in the chamber they had of those seat covers. And of course, when I had to take a shit, God forbid I just don't have to shit in an airport. I just wish I could just go there and not have to worry about it. Never step foot in a bathroom. If I could go to the airport and never have to step foot in a bathroom, it would be great. By the way, if you travel a lot, I hope people know this. If you don't, I don't travel enough, but I think about this kind of shit. If you go into the bathroom, like you're traveling by yourself and you have to bring your suitcase in there, just make sure you don't put your like suitcase on like people on couches or beds or anything. You just wheeled your your goddamn suitcase through piss. Like it just happens, especially in the men's bathroom. The fucking animals just peeing on the floor. It's probably not even the like actual men. It's just like kids traveling. They just can't reach the top of the urinal, so they just kind of pee on the floor. But either way, your bag's going through piss and it's fucking gross. Just don't put it on a couch or somebody's bed. Like just be cautious of that. Think about that, because I know probably a lot of people don't think about that. They don't think about the fact that those wheels have been like going all over, like just right on the ground there. You wouldn't put your shoes on somebody's bed. You shouldn't put those wheels on it. Okay? If you wouldn't put your shoes on it, then you shouldn't put your suitcase on it. That's all I'm saying. This is my PSA for today, just to give you a good helpful tip. But they had these fucking seat covers, and my problem is like you didn't like if you like I had to shit, and I go in there and I see this is first of all I'm confused, and I have to like sit there and break down what I'm seeing because I've never seen this before. It's a newfangled contraption. There's not any fucking instructions. There's nothing on the wall that tells you what it is. So you're just going in there blind. At first, I thought the toilet was like out of commission. I was like, that seems like a very efficient, over-the-top way of trying to block people from using your toilet. Saran wrap it and have a machine on there with a button that's just like, nope, not good. But then as I looked at it, I was like, okay, so this is somehow supposed to exchange it. And that's the thing. I didn't know if it's a new one. I don't know what the protocol is. Like, do you after you get done shitting, do you hit the button and then and exchange it that way that when the person comes in next, it's new? Or do you just get up and leave and the next person's job is to hit the button and get themselves a fresh new one, right? Because otherwise you're wasting it. You don't I need the protocol. I need the pooping protocol, guys. And if you don't give me that, I have no idea, and I don't want to be wasteful. The whole point of this new thing is, one, to reduce like germ contact, and two, to not be as wasteful with those paper things. Because paper ones, they break all the time. Then you throw them down in the toilet. You get another one, it breaks. You like go through 4 or 5 of them before you end up getting one to sit on the toilet, right? If you're going to use a seat cover. So, but when I went in there to try to, and I was like, okay, I'll hit this button and exchange it, and it wouldn't do it. And then I looked, I was like, it was on its last one. So the one that was in there was the last one on that plastic roll. And I couldn't go to another stall because the rest of them were full. So I took one for the team, guys. I just sat on that fucking thing. I hope it was clean. Who knows? I might have just sat on a used toilet seat cover, which is if that's what happened, it was pretty low point. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Like, there's no way it wasn't not sat on. I know it was super early in the morning there, but it could have happened from last night. You know, I don't know how often the janitors are getting around restocking and setting up the chambers of those toilet seat covers. I'm hoping they're doing it pretty frequently. I learned in theme park management that on average each day at a theme park, like 20,000 cheeks touch each each toilet. So I can imagine those numbers at a fucking airport. They got to be astronomical. But I just need the protocol. Like if I know, I would feel better if I know, like if I did or did not also use the same toilet seat cover somebody. Now luckily there was no streak marks. I didn't see any pee. Overall looked pretty clean, but scary nonetheless, guys. Nobody wants to sit on like there's one thing, it's weird. That's the weird like condition we have. Like we'll sit on a toilet seat. Like I share an apartment, live with a roommate, and I know for a fact me and him, like we sit on the same toilet now and then, and it's happened. You don't even think twice about it. But and like you go to other people's houses, don't even think twice about them using your toilet. But out in general public, like we do not like our cheeks touching the same seats. That as the general population, we all think we're above the gen pop when it comes to bathroom etiquette. You cannot sit on that toilet, okay? You're like, I cannot touch the same cheeks. My cheeks are too royal to touch the same seat that you touch, okay? We all feel that way. And that's fine. That's fine. But I just need to know the protocol. That's all it comes down to. There's a lot of like new toilet things that I almost experienced. Like I know I went to this one coffee shop. They're stepping up. Apparently, coffee shops are stepping up their game. Apparently, like you can't just have good coffee anymore. You do also have to provide an experience within your bathroom. Like they had a dude. I mean, like basically one of those Japanese toilets that like have way too many bells and whistles. Like this thing was completely heated, so as soon as you sit down, warmed the thing, and it wasn't like. You can tell the difference between a seat that's been heated by someone else's cheeks, so you just sat down in like a freshly sat on toilet, versus like it's just always there. It's just always heated, which was nice. It was very nice. It also had a bidet. Now, I've never used a bidet, and I tried to use this one, but it was just too complicated. They didn't, yet again, no protocol, no rules, no like instructions telling me how to use it. And I wanted to try it. My buddy even told me about it when we went to this place. He's like, dude, you got to go try this toilet. Now, that's an interesting thing to say about going to any coffee shop. You go into a coffee shop normally, you're like, man, they got the best coffee. Their espressos are exquisite. Oh, my God, it's going to give you the best wake up in the morning. This is the best way to start your day. No, instead his was just like, dude, we're going to go to this coffee shop. Yeah, we'll get coffee, but you're just literally going to drink it so you can go take a shit because you need to experience this toilet. That's a glowing review of your restaurant right there. Just like, hey, this is awesome. Just go take a shit in here. I'm telling you, they have the best toilet in town. Yeah, I wanted to use the bidet. I've never used one, but I've heard they're like phenomenal. All I ever hear about it, like I know several people. That's all they talk about. It's like they're getting a bidet became their personality. Like, their asshole is now like the talk of the town to them. How clean their asshole is. They're assholes for how clean their assholes are. they're just like that. They cleaned it so precisely with that bidet that they became an asshole. They got rid of their shitty personality and just became an asshole. And I've just never tried one. I'm interested though. Like also, I guess it's the thing I've never understood about a bidet. Okay, so you're supposed to you just shit and then you just use that to wash it, and then you just take one toilet paper roll and wipe and it's dry off, and then there shouldn't be any streaks. Is that the deal? There's no streak marks, right? Because that's a pretty clean. Also, I've been trying to figure out though too, like, is a bidet supposed to be more like environmentally friendly than toilet paper? I would assume so somehow, right? Like but there's way less fresh water than there is trees or paper, right? I mean, you can make more toilet paper and plant more trees. I don't know. I don't even know if you can make more water. I don't. Well, guess what we're looking at. What first thing we're looking up today? Can you make more water? Of course, there is that Joe Rogan joke. We don't have a water problem. We have a salt problem. Theoretically, it is possible, but would be extremely dangerous process to. To create water, oxygen and hydrogen atoms must be present. Mixing them together doesn't help. You are still left with just a separated hydrogen and oxygen atom. The hydrogen and oxygen atoms, electrons orbits have to be combined. Ooh, damn. So you have to just like slam two oxygens and hydrogen. What is it? It's H2O. So two hydrogen and one oxygen atom. Slam them together and get their orbits to conjoin. Yeah, I see where that would be dangerous. Because if that atom splits, you got a little bit of a Hiroshima problem. We're going to make water, and we accidentally created a bomb. That's probably how, like, the first hydrogen bomb was created. These guys are just like, we're going to solve. That's how all, like, great weapons are discovered. There's so many things where it's just, like, a practical normal thing that we're just trying to solve a problem, and then you end up creating one of the most deadliest things of all time. And they were just like, we're going to solve the world's water problem. We're actually going to create water from these molecules. We can do this. And then they just accidentally created a fucking bomb. Just, oh, okay, we're about to create water. You guys is great. We're going to have the nectar of life right in our hands. We can manufacture it and make things awesome. And now it's a bomb. And now we're destroying an entire eastern seaboard. Oh shit! God damn it! Damn, we dropped that. There's a bomb, and now that's an uninhabitable area. You go from trying to make water to just help push life forward, to help get people out of poverty, all this shit, and then you end up destroying an entire environment. Because you slam these two atoms together and they split and went boom. Damn, that's wild. That's how it always seems to happen. Because I believe so. Zyklon B, I believe is what it's called, right? I think that was what the gas, unfortunately, that the Nazis used when they on the Jewish people in the concentration camps. I think Zyklon B was like a pesticide used for farming. Zyklon B. What? Original purpose. Original purpose. I remember reading about this or hearing about this. Zyklon B. Oh, here we go. Here's the trade. It's also translated to Cyclone B. That's what it's German. Was a trademark cyanide-based pesticide invented in Germany in the 1920s. Consisted of hydrogen peroxide, or as well as, I don't care what it is. It's a product notorious used by the Nazis during the Holocaust to murder 1.1 million in gas chambers installed in Auschwitz and all the camps. So it was a pesticide originally. So it was just to help keep bugs off of food and shit, and then they turned it into a horrific fucking weapon of chaos within the World War II. So it's just fucking nuts how the small little things like that, when you're just trying to build something that would help. That guy had no intention of creating a weapon that would be used on human beings, and lo and behold, it killed 1.1 million people. That sucks. That would be horrible. You create a fucking product that you think's gonna help farmers and help supply the world with food, and then it turns out it just kills a bunch of people. Not fun. Anyway, guys, we should probably get out of that whole thing, and we'll talk about some of this fun stuff I found this week. Am I right? Yeah, let's do that. Speaking of governments putting their noses into businesses they have no business doing, turns out 2019 the government put in a new program to help you that the government will pay you $1,000 to adopt a wild horse. That's right, guys. Now, as you guys know, I have a special called Wild Horses, where I talk about how crazy these are. These majestic creatures out in the wild are. There's a whole goddamn ecosystem of wild horses, which is weird. A horse is we've just domesticated them so much that it doesn't seem like a real animal that is out in the wild. It's just out there kicking it, doing what it does. And but there it is. And but the government will pay you $1,000 to adopt one. Now, why are they doing this? Let's find out. In an effort to reduce the population of wild horses, that's right, we want to get rid of them. We need the elephant and rhinos populations to go up in Africa. We need the wild horses in West America to go down. Okay. We got endangered species out here, and these horses are taking up all the extra land we need for them. So we got to get rid of these horses. In an effort to reduce the population of wild horses out west, the U.S. Bureau of Land Management has scrapped the $125 fee for adopting a wild Mustang and offered an incentive in its place. Anyone who brings home one of these horses will receive $1,000 from the government, according to the New York Times. Now, that sounds like a good deal in all, until you realize how much horse maintenance costs. There's a reason only fucking rich people have like horses and have stables and shit, because horses are fucking expensive. You know, that's the one thing, that's one animal that's never gone down in value. Like, horses are still, if anything, horses have gone up in value. Like, they were super expensive for farmers to get. And that's why, like, they started making mules and shit. Because mules were cheaper to get and for labor. And so, like, a donkey and stuff like that. Like, poor farmers couldn't get good horses because they were too expensive to take care of. And now, they're just like, and then horses just kept going up. We don't even use them for transportation anymore. They're literally just a status symbol. You get a Mustang, fuck a Ford Mustang. You get a real Mustang, you are balling out of control. You are flexing on people. Like, it's the craziest way. It's the craziest pet you can get to flex on people with. And I tell you what, that $1,000 isn't gonna cover shit for taking care of that horse. You know, in my bid I used to do wild horses. You can find it on YouTube. I talk about how, like, what were wild horses doing to people back in the day, and I talk about how they were time traveling wild horses, and they'll take you back in time and fuck with you. And then people are like, well, what if you catch them and domesticate them? Well, as soon as you domesticate or capture a wild horse, it loses its time traveling ability. That's why nobody's ever been able to catch one and master time travel with one. It's all there, dude. It's not that hard to understand. You don't have to travel to Wyoming to check out the selection either. An online corral called Wild Horses Online. Oh, shit. Guess what we're checking out after we get done with this article. Let you browse through the different horses and burros available for adoption. And you can peruse photos and short bios of the animal, narrowing your search by gender, age, color, height, training, and more. Some of the horses are completely untrained, while others have been gently, meaning they have had some degree of handling. I love the fact that somebody's like, I could take an untrained horse. I could take a wild horse and tame it. Just like some random schmuck. Like, if I, as a random schmuck, decided to go, I'm going to buy a fucking wild horse today, and I'm just going to get a completely untrained one. Let's see how it goes. There's got to be some, like, qualifications for that. Like, you can't just let me, a guy who lives in an apartment in Iowa, take a horse from Wyoming and just let him have it. You can't pay me $1,000 to just give me a horse and just let me have it. You know? Honestly, this might be a good scam, actually. You get a wild horse, get paid $1,000, take a couple hundred of that, put the horse up for auction, resell that. I'm sure you can sell this horse for a fucking pretty penny. You can sell this horse, man. And then you get all the profits. That's a good thing. I'm going to check out this wild horse corral. Okay. I'll log in. Don't tell me that. I want to just look at animal gallery. Here we go. Oh, 5-year-old female, 9 bids, $105. Wow, these are way cheaper. Look. Okay. Let's look at this one. I want to read her bio. Let's see here. This animal has been returned to the Bureau of Land. Is eligible for adoption. For more information, go here. Okay. Do they have a bio? They said they had bios. I want to read what the personality of this horse is. Question: is there a chance the mare can be bred? Since she was gathered on 11/18, yes, there's a chance she is pregnant. Oh shit. She might be pregnant. You might get 2 horses for the price of 1 here, guys. That's like a it's a rusty nesting doll of horses. You just might have one pop one out. Is her age correct? 5. We estimate her age based off her tooth development. Yeah, they did the whole gum thing where they pick out the horse's teeth and just like look at them like that. That's how you tell. What is that? Oh, that's just her mane. Okay, that's showing how many hands she is. Big old horse. Ooh, there's a video, guys. Let's watch the horse. Ooh, look at her. Oh, yeah, majestic creature. Oh, look at her just galloping around, having a good time. I think she's trying to find a way out. She is like, where are weaknesses in this fence? I need to get the fuck out of here. What a pretty horse, though. Man, horses are fucking beautiful. I'm terrified of them. Horses scare the living fuck out of me. They're a weird creature, dude. Like them bulls and cows, all and gorillas, all freak me out because they don't eat any protein. They literally just eat vegetables, and they're pure fucking muscle. It's crazy that they evolved over that. Gorillas are like literally like one of the craziest animals of all time. Like they're that big, that strong, and all they do is eat leaves. Like it's gnarly. Like I don't understand how you can get that big. Like they have, I don't know. Like the leaves they eat must have some sort of protein substance that allow that. Like I don't like horses just eat oats. To my knowledge, there's no protein value in oats. Let's look that up. I don't know. Oat protein value. Let's find out. I doubt it as much. Sugar gram protein. Oh, there's actually 13.15 grams of protein. Per 100 grams. I did not know that. That's actually quite a bit. That explains why we probably give that to horses. Well, you learned something new. Dude, I want to see some other videos of these horses. Are there other ones here? Let's fucking get going here, you know? Ooh, I want to... Okay, burrows. Okay, is there a video? I want to see this guy. Look at that guy. Oh. You see, now I kind of want to adopt that just to have him as a pet. Hang out with him. Just like go out, just chill with him on the weekend. Take him out in the field. Just hang out. Look at him. Look at that guy. I don't wonder if they're better than dogs. If they'd be a good pet rather than dogs. I don't know. What's his deal? No questions answered, huh? Capture date was in 2019. Current bid's $400. Man, good for him. Like he's killing the game. 12 years old, still people out there trying to fucking get at him. You know, that's good for him. Good for him. That was just must have been these must be all be the starting prices then. Well, that won't. Okay, so these are all the current prices. Here's a 2-year-old female for fucking $70. What she? I love. She's a tiny horse. Well, she's only 2, so I think, you're 3 years old if you want to run the Kentucky Derby? Nuts. Yeah, majestic creatures, also horrifying creatures. But let's finish this article up over here. According to the Bureau, as most recent data of March of 2018, granted this article is from 2019, but it was too interesting for me not to talk about. There are more than 66,000 wild horses in 10 states. Nevada is home to more than 40,000 of these animals, making it the state with the largest wild horse population. That's never what I would have guessed. Like, I would have thought for sure, like, it was Wyoming that has the largest horse population. Nevada, like, what are they eating out there? Like, is there a part of Nevada I don't know about that's like lush and green, or like not horrible and a desert filled with fucking venomous snakes and spiders that'll just fucking kill you? Montana is just 155 horses, a handful which live on the state's Wild Horse Island in Flathead Lake. What the fuck is Wild Horse Island? Is this where Pinocchio was originally sent? Holy shit. Wild Horse Island? I want to go to this place. That sounds awesome. I'm terrified of horses, but I'm trying to get over my fears, guys. I'm getting over my fears. That's my new thing, so I'm going to get over this. Wild Horse Island. Wild Horse Island is a landmark since... I'm not going to even try to pronounce that tribe's name. I'm sorry. I don't know how, and I don't want to butcher it and disrespect your people. We're reported to have used this pasture to keep them from being stolen by other tribes. Smart. The park is noted for its wildlife, including bighorn sheep, mule deer, songbirds, waterfowl, bald eagles, and falcons, as well as five wild horses. to protect the wildlife viewing opportunities. Pets are not permitted in the island. This is a bear country, and bears who do frequent the island, please store food properly on your boat or carry with you. There are no food storage lockers on the island. Huh, very cool. So you can just go here and like camp out and see all sorts of fucking fun. And look at that. Look at that beautiful horse, man. Crazy. Well, I guess I know what I'm going to plan for my next vacation. You know, I'm going to go fucking to Wild Horse Island. But in the meantime, while we're planning those vacations, you should head on over to punandgame.com. That's right, guys. Punandgame.com is where you can find episodes of this show, Who Gives a F, The Empty Parlor, all that stuff. Each week we're putting out content for you, so check all that out. While you're there, you want to go to the Pun and Game shop, guys. That's right. The Pun and Game shop is where you can find T-shirts, hoodies, stickers, all sorts of different stuff that you can help support this show and any other show that you want to help support on the website. And while you're checking out there, don't forget to use promo code NWTPOD. That's NWTPOD, and that gets you free shipping at checkout. So do that. Also, guys, go over to YouTube, search Comic Wade Taylor. That's where you can find the video version of this podcast, where you can follow along with me on all the articles I've found or have talked about. So check out all that. You can also find my special that I mentioned earlier, Wild Horses. It's my half-hour special I put out there. Shows, guys. If you're listening to this the week it comes out, I am doing a show in Albia, Iowa at the Albia Country Club with Sam Hershock and Judge Dye and a few other comics. So come out, check that show out. That show should be around 7:30, 8 o'clock. Judge is yet to get me the details on it, but it will be there Thursday. So people in Albia, Iowa, that's July 8th. So July 8th, I'll be in Albia, Iowa. So get ready for that. Get ready. Get excited. Guys, this has been Not Worth the Time. Thank you for listening to me ramble about a bunch of nothing. And have a good weekend. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.